Hello, my lovely people. How are you doing today? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You read the title. We're going to be doing a Taylor Swift tier list. This is a video idea I've had on my mind for some time. It's just not until now that I actually decided to do this. So, yeah, this is Metalhead ranks Taylor Swift albums, because funny. Now, you might be wondering, why the heck does this metalhead, or so-called metalhead guy, know so much about Taylor Swift? I'd mainly blame it on my sister. She's a diehard Swiftie. She's the only reason that I know practically anything about Taylor Swift. So yeah, living around her for the past, 4 years, I can say I've learned enough about, or heard enough Taylor Swift songs to confidently do a tier list of all of her albums. I should say here, I know Swifties can be kind of defensive and sensitive, so I'm just trying to have fun here. Don't get too offended. It's fine if our opinions aren't the same. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna stop talking or I'm gonna start talking, but I'm gonna be talking on topic. Anyway, okay, so we have a Reputation to start with. I would give this album great. I don't think it quite deserves SSSSSSS. A lot of the songs on this album are kinda corny, in my opinion. But then you got Don't Blame Me. Frankly, if it weren't for Don't Blame Me, I would have put this album in meh or bad, but Don't Blame Me itself is enough to get it up to great. Don't Blame Me is an absolutely amazing song. There's so much good about it. Sure, I've heard a lot of people complain about her breathy singing, and I think Don't Blame Me is the only song where she's actually managed to do it correctly and make it sound really cool. And I mean, nothing can beat that high note. It's like Taylor Swift's version of the 17-second Linkin Park Giving Up scream, you know? Just that one moment that shows the absolute most musical talent. Man, I really wish she could do more songs like Don't Blame Me. Alright, what do we got next? Self-title. Okay, you know what? Reputation is gonna go... I would put it between great and decent if I could, but I'm gonna put it in decent. A lot of people would put this album in SSS tier, but I don't necessarily agree with that. It does have a lot of good songs, but at the same time, it does have a few songs that are kind of meh, which is the reason I feel it can't quite be SSSSSS tier. Like Mean and Our Song. A lot of people like those songs. I personally just think they're really corny. I don't like them that much. Maybe it's because of how popular they are. I don't know. But then you got, Shoulda Said No, which is one of the best songs Taylor ever made, in my opinion. It has an amount of heaviness and anger that you just don't feel from any other Taylor songs, you know? Alright, on that note, next one, Speak Now. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear this goes in SSSSS tier. I mean, there's just not a bad song on this album. It's perfect, I swear. Okay, we got, either Evermore or Folklore. I want to say this is Folklore. It doesn't matter. The two albums are basically the same. I'm gonna put it in meh. Okay, what songs are on this album again? Folklore. Right. The Last Great American Dynasty, August, Betty. I don't know, my sister has told me that Exile is a really bad song. I can't really confirm that myself, but yeah, this album just is kind of forgettable, if you know what I mean. There's just not much special about it. Okay, Lover. I'd put Lover in decent. Sure, this album is a bit too girly pop for my liking. But, Paper Rings is a pretty good song. I Forgot That You Existed is a pretty good song. It's got some decent songs. I think it's fair for this album to go indecent. Midnights. Well, this might surprise you, but I actually think this album's pretty good. What was I going to say about it? So, Anti-Hero is a good song. Lavender Haze is a decent song, I guess. Bigger Than the Whole Sky is also on that album, and I think Bigger Than the Whole Sky is on Midnights. I'm gonna sound like a huge idiot if I find out that isn't true later, but yeah, Bigger Than the Whole Sky. It's a really special and notable song. I like it because it sings about something other than an ex-boyfriend. I like memorial songs in general. They're always nice. Alright, so next we have Fearless. Fearless is probably my second or first favorite Taylor album. So next we got, there's Red. I think it's only fair that Red and Reputation go in the same tier. I think as a whole, Red is... It's decent. That's the thing. The song Red itself is absolutely amazing and is like fully S tier. But the rest of the songs on this album just aren't as great it's not like they're forgettable. They're reasonably popular, like 22 and We Are Never Getting Back Together. Trouble. It's got some decent songs. They're just decent. A lot of those songs just aren't that great to me. I think it's fair that this album goes indecent. Evermore, yeah, we already talked about this. 1989. I really don't like 1989. It's probably my second least favorite Taylor album. There's no good songs on it. I'm sorry, there just isn't. There are some okay songs, but it doesn't have a single song on it that's like, whoa, that's really good. It's an album full of songs that are kind of mid, so I'm gonna put it in bad. It doesn't feel quite absolute garbage, but yeah, I'm gonna put it in bad. And then there's Tortured Poets Department. This is probably my least favorite Taylor Swift album. A lot of the songs just sound really boring. And the biggest problem I have with this album is how cheesy and dumb the song titles are. I'm gonna go through some of these and rant about them, but let's look at this. So Fortnite. I remember hearing that this song has some sort of meaning behind it and isn't just named after the video game because that's trendy. Then there's the Tortured Poets Department itself. It's like she's trying to be poetic, and some people are having it, but I'm not. I feel like that name either has a really bad or a really good explanation behind it. And here's probably this one. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. I can confidently say that I think this is the most dumb song title I have ever heard in my entire life. Like, what the actual is this even supposed to mean? My boy only breaks his favorite toys. God, that's a awful song name. But Daddy, I love him. Taylor, you're in your 30s. Is your dad even alive anymore? Clara Bow. The Alchemy. Smallest man who ever lived. Yay, it's nice to see that Taylor Swift is raising awareness about dwarfism. Us short people really deserve some recognition, if you know what I'm saying. Can't Do It With a Broken Heart. Yeah, basically every Taylor Swift song. LOML. Laughing on My Lamborghini? I don't know. I can fix him. No, I really can. Fix who? I didn't know Travis was broken. Who's afraid of little old me? More people than you'd think. Guilty as a sin. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Florida! That's how you're supposed to pronounce the song. You're going through them. It's like fresh out of the slammer. Florida! I wonder what that song's even about. Like, what could a song titled Florida, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark even be about? Fresh out of the slammer. Yeah, that's just not as cool. Man, okay, so basically trying to copy Reputation or something along those lines. So long, London. Down bad. And freaking. Yeah, we already talked about. Also, the fact that Fortnite features Post Malone. I'll never understand why so much people like Post Malone. I just don't understand what the hype around his music is. He's absolute garbage. I'm not, like, insulting his character. I don't know him personally, so I can't judge that. I'm just talking about his music. His music is awful. Just the... God, I hate Post Malone. I don't know. I can't really say much. I know people will still get mad at me for saying that Post Malone is bad, but it doesn't matter. I still spoke the truth. Alright, I guess that's the entire tier list for you. Anyway, I gotta stop recording before my sisters come upstairs and interrupt this because I think they just got out of the pool. So goodbye, you lovely people. If you don't subscribe, then Elmo, he'll find you. Oh, he will.